Okay, so left hand one now is kind of the after thing, the right hand one now being your before. Setup's good, okay, nice bit of chaffing there forward, just slightly, okay. This is kind of your movement here now, not really much movement to the left side there, okay. As you got to the top of the backswing now, you kind of stay in there. Now as you start the golf club down, you kind of move down this, but now it's like, oh God, I'm a bit too far out of the golf ball because you haven't gone back this way enough on the way back. And now as you come back into the shot, then you're sort of backing up this way with your head. You can see your head sort of falling backwards. Club's going to bottom out a little bit early with his shots there, resulting in kind of thinny, pulley, not very good struck shots, to be fair, okay? So the sensation we've got to try and get now as we go, this is obviously smaller swings, but again, smaller helps you make the movement better, okay? Feeling a little bit more kind of shift to that left side. As you get to about here, now you start recentering back to the goal position. You start moving down, everything now is moving down, so your head you can see, at impact, the red line now represents your head and the hands. So the head and the golf ball, and your hands are nicely in front of that with a good strike. You look at the impact, oh sorry, go back to that one there. You look at the impact on this one, okay? See where your head is?
Yeah.
So the hands are sort of moving ahead, but your kind of head's gone back too far behind the golf ball. So now if your shoulders are too much tilted this way, not tilted that way, you're hitting up on the ball too much, which is going to give you a thin type strike, yeah? This club now, if we said, okay, right, your angle of attack, should we say, is going to be that way. If I take that same angle from that blue line on this one here and do that, that's your angle of attacking the golf ball, isn't it? Yeah. That makes sense, yeah? So the fact your shoulders are sort of tilted up is very hard to get the club to go down. If you're moving onto your left side, you're able to strike it now better, get that angle of attack in the golf ball more that way as opposed to that way. And that's what's going to cause you to hit it left, slap it, toe it. And if your arms are coming over the top too much to try and hit down on the ball because you think, oh, I must hit down the ball to get a good strike, then you start coming outside the line, potentially the old hosel, and then you bring back up and pull in, and then that could lead to all sorts of different type of shots, yeah? So think about that kind of recentering. It will take a bit of practice to get to the stage where you can start doing it fully, comfortably. I would say, depending on what you're playing the next week, driver stick to your normal swing because you're swinging that nicely, okay? Maybe think about taking maybe one more club and swinging a little bit slower to give you the sort of shorter backswing and this recentering here. So you're there and moving, okay? Move that left side. Before the club starts getting to the top of the backswing here, you can see yourself moving, yeah? You're moving on to that left side. Could do it maybe a smidgen earlier. And if I'm being honest, you could move a little bit more over to your right side, just a little bit. So a bit more movement this way in the backswing, just a smidgen, okay? Just to get in a sort of slightly more dynamic position, just to help get that kind of pivot and turn. You don't really shift that much. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Just a smidgen. It's almost like to sort of start the backswing, sort of move a bit more to that side, okay? But then you can move and recenter back to the golf ball, get yourself back in a good strike, really good strike there now. And then obviously a smaller swing as you can see, but controlling that launch. Even when you did go to like 90%, you weren't really losing any yardage, and you had one or two towards the end, and you did give it a full speed, got the strike, got the launch, got the spin, but it was probably one every 2 or 3, Eventually in time it's going to be more like 8 and 9, Okay, mate?
What's the cup? Is that my cup in it less now? My wrist?
Oh, yeah, all that stuff's fine. All that stuff's good. It's fine, it's fine, it's all good, And that's the thing, it's always bit by bit, stage by stage. If we said, okay, on the last lesson we talked about the cup in the wrist, and the previous session talked about sort of swing, playing angle and all this kind of stuff, and tried it all in one lesson, you'd be like,
oh, it's too much. No, that's why
exactly,
I did last week.
And I always say to you, and I'm glad you felt you could do that, because I'd rather you say, look, I haven't practiced, I'd rather you come, it's not worth it.
Struggling to do it, so it's
exactly, you're best getting that time into your practice and play. So a movement now is embedded. Now you can go away and practice for a couple of weeks and work on that movement there now, just getting into a better angle of attack, a better strike position. Really good, mate. Okay, buddy.